Ladies and gentlemen, next comedian coming to the stage, very fantastic woman. Please give her a huge warm welcome, Natasha Leggero.
This is funny. I went to acting school in New York, conservatory, which taught me how to be a working actor in the 1700s. To the back of the auditorium, Natasha, to the back of the auditorium. Like we had to do like a liquid U, like Tuesday. The payment is due on Tuesday. So then I came out to LA and I'm like, going to auditions, like, Bud Light, it has drinkability. So that's why I'm a comedian. Like everybody got a rape joke, but I won't do the rape joke because everyone did rape jokes already, right? I know it's weird. It's unfortunate that there's such a like snappy word for such a terrible thing. But I did this rape joke in Boston. I was doing at college, and then afterwards, this girl comes up to me with this thick Boston accent, and she's like, "You seriously never been raped before?" And I was like, "No, why?" And she's like, "You never woke up at a party and some guy was inside you." I never woke up at a party. And I think that's how those women have those babies on. I didn't know I was pregnant. So, toilet babies. All right. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I should pitch that as a show. Like, I didn't know I was getting fucked. Oh wait, that's called Jersey Shore. Do you guys like that show? I know I shouldn't ask that question. Who doesn't? If you haven't seen that show, basically what happens is these Guida. I'm very interested in the mating ritual of these Italians. Like, I feel like I have more in common with the mating rituals of lions, and I'm Italian. It's like watching the Animal Planet on this. And so basically they put on like perfume and hair gel and stand out on a balcony and like yell at chicks on the street to like come inside to get in their hot tub. And so here basically what happens is they're like, "Come on inside with a hot tub," and the girls are like, "Wow, a hot tub! Never seen a hot." They're like super impressed with the hot tub, and then they get up to the hot tub and they realize they don't have swimsuits. And so the guys are like, "Come on, basically your underwear is the same thing as swimsuits," and then they all start fucking, and it's disgusting. So, by the way, I did not take the time to memorize any of this. I'm sorry, sir. So let's, I think that Victoria's secret is that she owns a sweatshop in Thailand. I can't tell if that's gonna be funny. But it is embarrassing, like, walking into these Victoria's Secrets. Like, I bought this, this bra, like people, like, girls want to be walking around with their tits pushed up to their head and, like, a string up their butt. Like, the whole thing is just embarrassing. Like, just being involved in this mating ritual of humans. Do you know what I'm talking about, sir? No, you don't, because you're a man! Like, imagine if you had to look up and see an eagle in a thong. Like, it's just embarrassing being a human. Because, like, you're walking around like it's normal that you've got, like, a string covering up your butt, or, like, just, like, jerked up. I don't know, this is a weird topic. But really, all you're doing is announcing to the world that you're in heat, and that you're horny. You wouldn't put a baby in a G-string, would you? Like, it's like an instant slutification device. You know, like you just throw a thong on a plant. It just looks like a slut. Like you wouldn't see someone in the Old Testament wearing a thong. Like it's just so disgusting. It's like it instantly makes you. It's like a neck tattoo. Like you just discredits you. Who invented thong? I hate talking about thongs on stage, but I feel like it needs to be addressed. It's like some slut in the 90s. Alright. Eagle in a thong, now that could be funny. So my little brother is obsessed with Tom Leykis. Do you guys know who that is? Oh, well, let me tell you, he's this 300-pound misogynist who teaches guys how to get laid. And he's like listening to him on the radio constantly, but his whole thing is like, spend the least amount of money and get the most amount of pussy. You heard of him, sir? You're on a date. No, only the boys would know. You haven't heard of him? All right, and he's so fat he can't even walk. They just wheel him up to a mic, and he's like, no, don't that bitch. But every time I'm driving in the car with my brother, he's just giving the grossest dating advice, which my brother takes to heart, and him and all his friends do this, but he'll say things like, listen, if you like a chick, don't let her drink beer or wine. Hard liquor only. I like to call that rape tip number 1. And he doesn't want you to feed girls. Like, his whole thing is like, don't take them out to dinner, but if you do gotta feed them, here's what you do. Make sure to eat at home first. That way when you go out, you just order a salad. She don't want to seem like a pig. She order a salad, you can save money. So gross. But the worst thing I've heard him say, and I swear to God this is true, go on his stupid website. I'm like teaching everyone about Tom Leykis. Again, another weird topic for me to be addressing. But like, you go on his website, Leykis 101, and so he's got these like strippers with their G-strings, like just, they're like motioning on, like they're popping up on the website. So my favorite advice he gives, he tells guys, listen, whenever you're going on a date, make sure to always carry a little thing of Tabasco sauce with you in your pocket. That way when you're done fucking her, put some of that in the used condom. When you leave, she ain't gonna try to re-inseminate herself and have your baby! Oh! What universe are you living in, Tom Leykis, where some woman wants to have your disgusting baby so bad that after you leave, first of all, pick up your mess, but then she's gonna take that, it's so gross, and like flip herself upside down. Carol, come over quick, I'm on fire! And who carries condiments in their pocket? A fat ass. You know he's got a little thing of mayonnaise in there in case a couple pieces of bread come his way. He doesn't really talk like that, but I can't do his voice because he's so gross. He's just like, pump it and dump it. So I just make him sound like my dad. Johnny Legs. Anyone following my dad on Facebook? Don't record this. My father is stalking me on the internet, and every time someone posts something, he's like calling me, what's going on? You don't look so good in this picture from the Portland Film Festival show that you did. Like, he's just constantly, if my dad would put a quarter of the energy that he spends stalking me online into my childhood, I would not be a comedian. So I should thank him, I suppose. All right. I was in New York recently, and there's this part of town called the Purse District. Well, it's called Chinatown, but I like to call it the Purse District. But basically, every day, same thing happens, 5 o'clock. This is where all the Haitian, I shouldn't say they're Haitians, because there's that thing with Haiti. But they really are Haitians. I should call, what's another thing I should say they are for the joke? I don't know why I keep asking you. Senegal, Dominican, no, they're Senegal, Caribbeans, Black people. Anyway, I'll just call them Haitians, but don't be mad. So at 5 o'clock, the police, you guys, I'm sure you guys from, there's a lot of people from New York, so you must know what I'm talking about. So at 5 o'clock, the police come, and all the Haitians freak out, grab up all their fake purses, run for the subway, the cops start yelling at them, the sirens are going, handcuffs are being, and like it's like this show they put on, which I find very confusing. Like these cops really care that someone from the Midwest is gonna go home with a fake Gucci. Like it just seems like such a weird target. Like, and do the cops even know like a real handbag from a fake handbag? You telling me that piece of shit is a Marc Jacobs classic signature hobo? That ain't even the real brass hardware. Like, how is that illegal? Like, let typical woman from Milwaukee go back and impress her friends with her fake Chanel. You know it should be illegal that you can go into a store in Los Angeles and buy a real purse for $4,000. Right, ladies? This is a very scintillating political act I'm doing tonight. Another thing I loved when I was just in New York is in the Meatpacking District, which has just become all the rage, and I love to go there now. But like after 1 a.m., and you go to the Meatpacking District, and so it's kind of like this restore. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, but what's so funny is all these sluts are walking around in their lame on the cobblestone in their shoes, and so they can barely walk because everyone's drunk. And then they have like the street meat coming out, like all the steam from the streets. So these like idiots in silver and gold and like high heels are just like trying to walk through. It's like Oliver meets Spearmint Rhino. Really covering a lot of ground tonight. I feel really bad for what's happening with Blockbuster. What is that? So basically, you walk in there, and they know it's. If you have a job at Blockbuster, that's like working at the gift shop on the Titanic. Like it's about to end, and so they've told everyone to say hi to people. But this is how they do it. They're like, blah, blah, blah. They're just pissed, and like. They've started selling used books now at Blockbuster. You know you're in trouble when you're having a yard sale in the middle of the video store. Along with like weird, like they've got like, you know, Republican manifestos and like a Bob Marley Trapper Keeper. Like they're just selling like weird stuff. And then they have the most disgusting cancer candy that is just like gobstoppers and like giant nerds and like those yardsticks full of like pink sugar that crackles. Like it's so terrible what they're doing to children. That joke doesn't really have an ending, but Andy. Okay, I had a few more things I need to talk about. My mother just started texting, and this is how she texts me. Call me. In like all caps. So like the first few times I'm getting like really scared. I'll be somewhere, you know, and I have to excuse myself. Because like the call me text with like just call me. Usually that's reserved for something really intense, you know, call me. I might have given you VD, or I don't know, it's not, but like, I call my mom, is everything okay? Oh, hi Tosh, did you try that new mulberry jam I sent you? It's like, no, that was dumb. All right, I don't know. Do not get along with my mom. Did you give me that? Like, okay. My mother is, and my mom is like very passive aggressive. We're not talking right now because I didn't listen to her story about snickerdoodles today. And so she's just, or it was yesterday, so now she's just ignoring me. But she'll say things like, I just can't believe that you're spending money on the gym when you could just be taking Campbell's soup cans and just working out with those as free weights. like she has this like depression era idea of how things work. I'm like, Mom, I can afford to go to the gym. All right. I think it's sad that we have to work, that women have to work, and I just feel like it used to be that, you know, your dad would just give someone some land and some cows, and you wouldn't have to do anything. And now, and like, I feel like if you didn't want to do something, I know, I'm just trying to finish this bit. Oh, okay. And this bit doesn't have a beginning or an ending, so. Wait, but here. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me, by the way. It was very useful for me. So I just feel like it used to be, if you don't want to do something, all you have to do is like twist your dimples and like talk like a 3-year-old, and you can get what you want. You're like, please, Mr. Sweetie, I just want a dress. And then like a guy would just give you stuff, and then if you didn't want to do something, you would just faint, and there would be like a couch made just for fainting. And now I gotta come up here and get the light and humiliate myself and talk about my family. But no, this has been fun. All right, well, I have a grand attachment to you all. Thank you so much. The next time